Hey, yo, what's up? You know what it is. Your boy Triple the G.O.D. Welcome back to Run That Rex. Welcome back to the Mega Man X2 Endgame. And yeah, this Endgame is a little, late. But better I make it than not do it at all because all of these Run That Rexes will end with that, except for this one. This will be the first one that there is going to be a video after this, and if you watch Mega Man X, you can probably take the contact tools and figure out what comes after the end game. But it's coming. It is going to take a little time for me to get it all together. I got everything I need. I just got to sit down and put it together and then put it up. And trust me, you guys are going to enjoy it because I enjoy thinking the idea, getting the stuff together for it. So I can't wait to show it off to you guys. When it comes to putting a finality to Mega Man X2, we did that. I showed you both endings. I showed you the different that there's a lot of. The only thing I really didn't get into was Zero, but we have X3 to talk about Zero all day long and how that works and the who, what, where, whens, and whys and the stuff that has to do with Dr. Wily, all that stuff. We'll get to it in X3, and trust me, I have plenty of time and plenty of videos to explain to you the canon and the who, what, when, where, why, and how of all of that. But the thing I do want to get into it's something I've been reading lately, about how people feel about people who play games for YouTube, whether you claim yourself to be a Let's Player or whether you claim yourself to be a talker or whatever. I made this point quite clear when I turned on my Nintendo and we playing Super Mario Brothers. I am not neither one of those. Because, see, me being a Let's Player or me being a talk-through person would mean that you, the person watching this, is the end user, and that's not the case. Not only am I the person that creates it, in most cases, I am the end user. Because remember what we do here. Playing these games is a chronicle of my gaming journey. Which means these are for me to look back on one day and be, well, remember the time I did this, or remember the time I played that game, or you remember that funny moment when I did this? That's what it's for. So you, the viewer or the mid-user, that while you get the full effect of watching the video, you want the person that this is being aimed to. So when it comes to that, and it comes to people saying that I want people to do this, and people shouldn't talk, and people shouldn't read text boxes, and people should just shut up, and this and that, I have to remember it's easy for me to shrug that off my shoulders for the simple and utter fact is because you aren't the end user. I am. And then one day my son will be the end user, and his son, and so on and so forth. That's what this is for. This is a chronicle of my gaming journey so that I can show it to people. So it makes me the end user that I can share it with other people. And it just so happens that because I am sharing this in public with other people throughout the world, that you guys as the mid-user happen to benefit from that. So it's easy for me to be, well, I am going to play the game this way, and I am going to approach story that way because at the end of the day, as long as I, the end user, am satisfied with what I'm looking at, everything in between doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I'm not open to listening to your opinion, but there's a difference between your opinion and you a hating ass motherfucker. And I am old enough to understand the difference between opinion and hating ass motherfucker because I've been around long enough to understand the difference between opinion and hating ass motherfucker. You see that? That's what's important. So while I value your opinion, and if that I even took a second to even think about that, maybe I should, but then I remembered I enjoy reading the text boxes in Mega Man X and playing the voices of Zero and X and Dr. Kane and Sigma and all the other characters because the thing that I have to do with you being the mid-user is that I have a job and have decided to, in the way that it should be, to not only educate, but to entertain. And I think that I have hit the balance between education and entertainment. That's important. So when I make funny jokes or references and do that, but then come right back and explain to you why this, that's why it works. Because I understand and have watched people play games long enough to understand that if you're going to do it that way, you have to understand that there has to be a balance of one or the other. I really don't think that Run That Rex for you as the mid user would be as good if I was serious all the damn time or I made jokes all the damn time. I really think that I understand that I hit the balance, and people that watch it tell me that that I hit that stride perfectly of balancing, trying to make sure that you guys are having a good time while you watch, but making sure that when the video's over and it stops, that you think about something, that you've learned something that you didn't know before. That's why the Super Climax Heroes videos I get so much love for, because I try to be entertaining while trying to educate. And I know that when people tell me, yo, Rex, yo, that's the shit, cuz, that I'm hitting the balance between that two, and that's what's important. So, that about wraps this endgame up. Like I said earlier, this ain't the final video in X2. I got to go prepare for that. And if you go back and look at X1 and see what I did, and look at X2 and see what I didn't do, you can kind of guess where exactly what's going to be the last video. But trust me, like I said, it's going to be a fun, awesome video, and I am having fun collecting all the footage for it, putting it all together, and doing everything I need to do. And trust me, man, it's going to go down as a classic. Trust. Man, X3, we're going to be back on that later today. By the time this video come out, Triple the God Explained It All, Saint Seiya Omega Ultimate Cosmos will be out, so you guys watch that, take notes on that. We'll be back to Super Climax Heroes. I ain't forgot about it. It's just that it took that whole weekend for me to get all the footage together for the last video in X2, so that took a lot out of me trying to make sure that I had all editing right, and I had to do some actual editing, which I don't know how to do, because usually I just drag and drop shit in Camtasia, hit create, and then put it on YouTube for you to see. So for me, I actually have to edit it and figure out how stuff works. But I'm getting better at it. So, so that over time is that, the more and more I play around with stuff, the more and more I play these games, and the more and more I experiment with what the balance is and how to edit and this and that, is going to improve to be a better product. Because trust me, a lot of my favorite people that play games on the internet, I've seen their stuff in the beginning look like complete utter garbage, and I'm gonna say it, and they've come to a point to where they put out crack, and I'm just gonna say it, stuff that I enjoy watching over and over and over again. And it's from those people that I learned that that I have to find my own balance and find my own way to make Run That Rex the best I can. To not only make it something that I can be proud of as the person that created it, something that you guys enjoy as the mid user, but something that in 20, 30 years that I can be proud of as the end user for it, and something I can show to my son, and something he can show to his son, and such and such and so and so. And that's what's important. So with that, I'm finna get out of here, and this ain't never gonna stop. Never. I'm Running That Rex in it. I'm Triple the God Explaining It All. I'm everything, everywhere, until my heart stops breathing. And I got that one more last pump. I'm gonna do it till it ain't no more. So, hey, it is what it is. It's Jehovah's will, and He want me to put out this work, so I'm gonna do just that. So with that being said, you know who I am. I am Triple the G.O.D. This is Run That Rex, and I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.